Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Amber Kelly. You're on the channel of Things of the Things. Today we will be making a baby beanie using the crochet cast on stitch for our starter to foundation. This yarn did come from Walmart. This hat I used knit one, purl one, and on this video you will get the exact numbers on how to do it knit two, purl two. We will see the difference. Like I said, the yarn came from Walmart, comfy blend, and I will insert a picture showing you what. So now we're going to move into the tools with everything that you will need. First, you will need your hook. You will need a tape measure, which is optional. You will need a tapestry needle. You would need a row counter. And you will need your loom. I have preset the loom with the stitch markers with knit 2, purl 2 all the way around. And I'm just going to move it around to the front. And between the first one and the last one in the middle, there is an empty one. That one you would purl. So yes, the one in the middle you will purl. And that is that. And the yarn is a comfy blend yarn. It is the size number 3. The color is Cloud 9. And I did get it from Walmart. So I will now get ready to move everything out of the way, which is my tapestry needle and tape measure. And now we're just going to get started. I use 2 strands because this yarn is a number 3. I'm going to start my slip knot. And I pulled it through, but not tight because that opening, I'm now going to sit that on the peg, not the anchor peg. So I'm going to grab the working yarn and I'm just going to slip that first peg in the middle while I'm still holding on to the loop. And now I'm just going to pull the shortest string, drop it on the inside, and now we're just going to start the crochet chain cast on. And I'm just going to zoom in so you can see. And like I said, we're just going to go all the way around. So now I'm going to put my hand on there, take it behind it, go behind the peg, put my 2 fingers in, or however you need to do it, and I'm going to grab that working yarn. So I'm going to grab it with one hand, pull it, go behind each peg like I'm doing now, and I'm going to do that all the way around for the pegs, all the way around the loom. So I will turn the music on and I will let you see me do this. So now I'm at this point, I'm just showing you how to connect the last and the first peg. So now I have that loop, so I'm going to put the working yarn behind that peg that has the stitch marker on it, and I'm just going to put that loop on there on top, and I'm just going to pull that working yarn. Okay, and now I could just go to my pattern, and this is where I count this as a row. Initially when I put my cast on, I do not count that as a row, so I'm just knitting over, and as you can see, it is loose. Normally that happens when you do this. All you have to do is just pull from the inside to tighten it up, and you may have to do this 1 or 2 times. The more you go across it, the better it gets. So now that I've knitted that over, I'm just going to knit the other one over, and now this is where I start counting rows. So I hit my row counter, and this is considered row 1 to me. And like I said, this is a number 3 yarn, and I use 2 strands. And yes, so if you have not subscribed already, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. And as you see, I'm still pulling just to make sure everything is nice and tidy. And like I said, I'm just going to do my rows now. As you can see, I'm purling. Like I said, knit 2, purl 2. And I'm using my thumb to hold that working yarn down, and I'm just grabbing my hook to go on top of the peg to grab it, and I'm just going to put that hook under it to grab that working yarn and pull it up, and I'm going to place it on the peg again. And like I said, I'm going to do this for the duration of the hat. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Okay, we're back. So now I'm just showing you what I did. We did 10 rows, and this is how it looks so far from the inside and from the outside. This hat would be a little bit airy compared to this hat. This hat I actually did on the adjustable hat loom, and it looks kind of broken down right now. I actually broke a peg inside of it, so I either have to get a new loom or get that fixed or something, but that is what I did, and these two are two different hats. So like I said, this hat that I got in my hand came from this loom, and I did not have the extra pegs that are in there, so this was a large gauge loom just like the red one. So you will get to see the difference between knit 1 purl 1 and knit 2 purl 2, which is what I'm doing right now. And yes, this is after 10 rows, so you can do it as long as you want. Again, this is personal preference. This is 10 rows. Again, whatever floats your boat, work it out. So now after doing 10 rows, I'm now going to do 20. Okay, so we're back. So this is what it looks like after 30 rows. It's a little bit airy, so, and it has more stretch to it as opposed to this one. It has stretch, but it's more so together. And you can tell the difference in between both of them. So, and like I said, for that to be 30 rows, it's still, to me, it's kind of small. So normally the hat chart says between 25 and 30, but me, I'm just my own person. As you can see, I'm now putting the other hat inside of that hat to get a good measure of, okay, this is where I want to stop, or this is where it may be. And as you can see, after 30 rows, I still have a good amount left at the top to do. So I'm just going to take that out. And also another way that you can measure your hats is to get a baby doll head. I got this from Amazon, and I could link it down below. So yeah, this is what I normally test my baby hats on. As you can see, that one fits pretty good on it, and I like to bring my baby hats down to the eyebrows and all the way down in the back, and it has like a little comb, but it's a good fit for a baby hat. So I'm just going to put that hat that is still on the loom. Now this part is a little bit more difficult because it is still on the loom, so it may not be as accurate or kind of hard to deal with because you're trying to hold the loom and the baby doll head, and like I said, it's not fitting like I want it to. So to me, it needs more rows. And like I said, the brim, I like for it to be stretchy. I don't want it to be tight on babies' heads because that is not what you want to do. So yes, my brims are a little bit more stretchy. It won't fall off, but it will stay on. And as you can see, I'm still playing around with the dummy head, so I'm just going to move that to the side. And yes, so again, I'm just comparing the one that is on the Nifty Knitter loom, and that is knit 2 purl 2 all the way around. The other one was knit 1 purl 1, and I'm going to go for 10 more rounds. Okay, we're back. So now I'm finished. I was gonna do 10 more rows, but I ended up doing just 5 more, so it's 35 rows. It probably would have been too long if I did the whole 10. So now I'm just gonna show you what it looks like on the mannequin head while it is still on the loom. So again, this is the part where it's kind of jittery, trying to hold the loom and the head and the hat. So that's what it looks like so far. Like I said, it'll look better once I take it off. And yes, so now we're just going to get ready to take this off, and I'm going to use the same stitch that I did for the top of the hat that I did for this hat that I'm holding. I actually did a decrease. So instead of using the other method and for it to not to bunch up, I just did the decreasing. So now I'm getting ready to stop decreasing, and as you can see, I'm starting to pull my yarn so I can wrap it and get ready to cast off. Now you don't have to pull that much amount, but for some strange reason I did. So like I said, this is the way that I decreased. You do not have to do it the way that I did, but that is how I did it. Behind, I'm going to place the yarn behind the empty peg and place the yarn in front of the peg, and as you can see, it's like I'm going back and forth. It's like a weaving effect. So behind the empty peg, in front of the peg that has the yarn on it, and behind the empty peg in front. And I'm going to keep doing that all the way around until I am done. And yes, this is how you cast off